All right, we're back, and I'm just gonna fuse this as I know, like for you guys, this is instant. For me, it's super weird because like after I stopped recording, I just went and passed out. Honestly, um, so we're just gonna wrap this up right now. I want to uninstall my old Python. That's really where we're at. So we're gonna go back to Python docs because I remember that's where I was. It said about the deleting. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. All releases. Or no, I think it was in the docs. Beginner's guide. Advanced, general. Let me hit the tutorial. Nope. Let's go with install Python because it was on the. Okay, this is not helping. It's in my I need to clean up my tab groups. I have so flippin' many. Using Python. So deleting this, and removing it from our path. Those were the three things I needed to do. And I remember I organized my path over here. I copied it, and then I had user friendly, which was just literally me going through and hitting enter at every semicolon just to see all the paths. So this is the one we need to remove. Okay. Is there a tool? Path editing tool Mac? Is there? Echo. Echo root etc. Oh, how do you go to five root in Mac? Where is etc Mac? There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna open up a new terminal. Okay, so it's gotta be moved. So paths is here in /etc. These are not all the paths though. To have a much bigger path than is shown. Paths .d. Paths. This is not making much sense to me. Okay, it's in here. No. Okay. No. Because I'm very scared about editing my path. Edit path Mac. Let's just type that. And someone's at my door. Alrighty, we're back. No, I'm not even using Bash, so. This is for adding. Remove path from path variable Mac, not EMC Mac. etc/profile. Okay, so let me look for etc profile, because cat profile. User libexec path helper. I'm probably being a retard. CD ls ls-a cache.config. Okay, dot profile. I see a dot profile. Dot z profile. Dot zshrc. Cat dot zshrc. Home dot local /bin /env. Okay, that's not helpful. Cat dot profile. That also points to the same place. Cat. What about z profile? Ah! This is the one. Oh, wait. Clear. Cat.z profile. eval dollar opt homebrew bin brew shell env uh, is saved in zprofile.pysave ls-a cat.zprofile.pysave. Eval dollar opt homebrew bin brew shell env. Jesus Christ. Ouch. I'm just gonna Google zprofile.pysave because if I'm understanding this correctly, basically this was the original Z profile, eval dollar homebrew bin brew shell env. I'm gonna just Google that. And then when the Python installer so the path of the command executes the shell env command for homebrew. The brew shell env command outputs a series of shell commands, typically export commands that set environment variables necessary for homebrew to function correctly. These variables include path to add homebrew's binary directories to your shell's search path, homebrew prefix, homebrew installer, and others. Okay. I'm gonna google.zprofile.pysave because what I think is a backup file created during the installation or update on Python on macOS systems, specifically when a Python installer modifies system's path environment variable by adding the Python executable's location to it. It often saves a copy of the original zprofile file as zprofile. Oh, okay, so I was correct. Alright, so that actually makes my life easier because then I can just delete zprofile and just rename zprofile pysave to zprofile and be done with the removing of the path part. Oh, okay. This is potentially scary, but I'm gonna do it. So, going back to what was said here, you can. So, a default install will include this in the applications folder. In here, you find idle development environment that is standard part of the of official Python distributions, and Python launcher, which handles double-clicking Python scripts from the macOS Finder. A framework, library framework, Python.framework, which includes Python executables and libraries. The installer adds this location to your shell path. To uninstall Python, you can remove these three things. Okay, let's just keep it all ready to go. So I have applications. There's Python right there, over here. I'm just gonna open up a new tab. Actually, no, I'll open up a new window. The next is command shift period. Let me just switch this to list view. Okay. What is this? Applications for parallels. Anyways. Library. Parallels, passes, personalized printers. Okay, I don't see Python here in library. Parallels. Parallels, passes, personalized. No Python. I think it might have been in frameworks. No. Okay, going back to the terminal, cd root ls library. I can see library now. ls Python wait, I think it's framework. Oh, no, there's no framework here. Library frameworks. Library frameworks. Search and finder. Get info. User side mass projects. Oh wait, no, this is definitely not correct. Get info. This is all in Whisper CPP. Okay, this is all inside Whisper CPP. Okay, let me echo my path, and actually I don't even need to do that. I can just look here. So there is a library frameworks, Python.framework. Python.framework. Python. Nope. Where the fuck is it? Because I am in library right now. Oh, session. Favorites, finance, front board. No frameworks. Is this? Wait, let me do UV Python list. Do you think that they? Go to root. Dot, 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 dot. Does UV move existing Python installations? Okay, let me go to So these two are UV based. I don't understand why it adds it twice. I'm actually curious about that. Why are there two Pythons of same when UV Python lists? So that's like such a... Yeah, there you go. That's the question. User local bin. Let me go user local Oh, I bet it's here. Yeah. Python plus. So this is the one I need to delete. Python.framework. Okay. RM Python.framework. RM man rmdir. User's prompter. Let's go. This was always confusing to me. There's RM and there's rmdir, but if I want to use rmdir, if I want to remove or delete a directory, okay, you rm-r python.framework sudo rm-r python. Framework. Huh? How? Why sudo? Oh, there you go. Because I didn't have it on. Okay, python.framework is deleted. And then in applications, we have, where's Python 3.12? There. We move that to trash. On crimes 92. Okay. And then the final piece of this puzzle, swag master, Z profile, and Z profile PySave. Command delete. And set that as the new Z profile. Boom. I'm just gonna close the terminal. I'm gonna open and back it up again, and do Python 3 -- version. That should. Oh, now it points to the system Python. Nice. Okay, let's do echo $path. I'm gonna like maximize terminals and do the zoom in thing because it's so hard to read sometimes. Look at Ben, look at T, da da da. Okay, no mention of Python frameworks in the final list. Boom. We got our regular one, and then we got this bad boy. Oh yeah. Aw. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. We got it. We got it. Finally. Okay, so summary of this video, I guess the uninstalling of Python. Well, first we figured out that when you do UV tool install, the VS Code extension is not going to pick that, so you're going to start having to do messing around with path to have it be there. Second of all, with rough, you don't need to do that at all because it's like literally depends on itself and nothing else. So it's not gonna clash with any other dependency. So you might as well have it as a dev dependency. Number 3, having it as a dev dependency is a good idea because if you have it as a dev dependency, you can ensure that everyone working on this repo is using the same version. Because what if like the formatting rules or whatever changed a little bit, right? And regardless, even if you use it from the tooling, you can you still have to set up like rough in your PyProject toml, right? So overall, it doesn't make much sense to have it as anything other than a dev dependency where just things are seamless and reduces the number of things to have to tell a dev, and also just makes it probably more seamless across multiple IDEs. I would like to think so, at least. And then after that, we got into this whole shemangle of uninstalling Python, which proved a little bit difficult, but essentially what we've rolled down to is if you are on Mac, this is for Mac people only, this is not for Windows, I think it's a whole different story there. But essentially, when you install Python through the installer that is provided, 3 things are added. You have a Python 3 folder in the applications folder, which has the idle, which is essentially the REPL for Python. Then there is in root, in the actual root, not like the user root. There is library frameworks python.framework, specifically python.framework. The other, like, don't just delete this whole folder because that would be scary. Python.framework is the folder you want to delete, not the whole shebang, because that adds frameworks and stuffs for other things, which includes the Python executables and libraries. And it also adds this location to your shell path. To uninstall Python, you can remove these three things, boom, and be done. Symlinks to the Python executables are placed in user local bin. So which is why I believe the symlinks. Let's actually go check user local bin real quick. Terminal. Didn't I have a terminal open? No, I didn't. Okay. Command Control F and plus cd root cd user local bin ls cat pip 3.12 ls-a cd pip 3 cd pip 3.12 cat pip 3.12. No. Is this what UVPython list? I see pip 3 and pip 3.12, idle 3 and idle 3.12, Python 3 Intel. Man ls, because there's a ls-a. Okay, ls-a -l -f. Yeah, these are all symlinks. So I can see what all these symlinks are doing. So all of these can go. These are all, all of these actually can go. And there's another one here, Python 3 config, Python 3.12. What types of files are symlinks? What type of file is a symlink? Is a file that refers to a file system such as file or directory by storing a path to it. Cont cat symlink. So all of this, this, so these are all symlinks to things that don't exist anymore. This. Two to 3-3.12. I don't know what that is. There's a shit ton of symlinks here. But what about I'm just gonna open up a new tab. UV Python list. So the one in .localbin 3.12 is actually a symlink to .localshare UV Python 3. C Python 3.12.11 macOS blah 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 blah. Oh, that's why it lists it twice, because it lists the symlink and the actual one. Well, you learn more things every day. I'm gonna take a moment and just clear out these symlinks because they no longer matter. And it's Python 3 Intel, so let's get rid of that one first. Let's just do sudo crap on cramps 92. I hope I typed it correct. Let's just do the ls-a-l-f. Yep, it's gone. PyDoc 3.12. PyDoc 3.12 also symlinked to that, so we're just gonna remove that. What about 2 to 3 dash 3.12? Python 3 also symlinked to this. RM Python. I could probably, but I'm like too nervous to. 3.12 isn't here. Okay. Let's see how many remain. Let me just clear. Oh, sorry. Clear everything out first. Okay. Sudo rm 2 to 3. Sudo rm py 3.-config. Idle 3, 3.12. Idle 3. Sudo. Idle 3.12. Sudo. Idle 3, idle 3.12 removed. Python 3 config. Honestly, I have no need to do this. This is completely satisfying my OCD. Python 3.12. npx pydoc 3. Sudo rm pydoc 3. Let's clear it up first. There's still one more. Okay, and the symlinks are gone. Okay, that was stupid, honestly. I didn't need to do any of that, but I was frustrated. And honestly, I think how UV manages the installation is better, keeping it in the local. And honestly, maybe the Python installer did it too, and I just wasn't paying attention. Um, and like maybe I did have an opportunity to install it per user, and installed it on my personal user rather than system wide. But I guess this is the cost of it. So, anyways, going back to the Python thing, we can remove the symlinks. We can remove the object from the path. We have to delete the applications folder, and then library frameworks python.framework specifically. Don't delete all of library from root or frameworks from root. Terrible idea. Do not do that. And that's how you uninstall Python on Mac. And another thing we learned is that essentially when Python is installed through the self-installer on Mac, it creates it adds to a file called .z profile, which is in your root. Your root, not like the system root, the user root. There is .z profile where it is stashed, and then right there, when you have the Python installer, what it actually does is it creates a new file called .zprofile.pysave, which is the original Z profile. So if you just want to remove the path, you can remove .zprofile.pysave, the regular .z profile, and then replace it with pysave. Be careful with that though, because if you have multiple other things in your .z profile, check that out, because maybe after you did the pysave thing, maybe some other things or CLI things you installed added to that .z profile, and so this might not be a one-to-one for you. For me it was. Actually, let me double check. Now I'm concerned. Finder, let me check the trash, because I know it doesn't empty. How do I check the trash? No. Where are deleted files? How to see trashed files Mac. Why is this? The trash icon in the dock. Oh, it's right there. How am I blind? It's right next to downloads. Oh boy. Just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna double check my Z profile real quickly before it gets emptied out. Swagmaster. Let's call the Z profile 1, and then let's just replace Z profile just to be safe. No, put back. Okay, .z profile. Yeah, it just all this does is it adds library frameworks and then $path and then exports path. That's all this does. So this is the Python bit, and this is the bit I had from before, which was from Homebrew, which I do want to keep. I'm not getting rid of Homebrew, not by a long shot. And Z profile 1, that's the correct one. So I'm gonna move this back into trash and move that, and we're done. Yeah, so I think that's everything. It's totally random excuse to go into a weird rabbit hole to just satisfy my own OCD, but we learned out of it, learn more about file systems and structures. Honestly, learning Unix file structures is genuinely, I think, a very fruitful thing to do for any developer, because it's something you might have to deal with in the future in a very difficult situation, and trying to learn it from scratch then would be difficult, and just making willy-nilly changes can break other things. So yeah, be careful. Like 9 times out of 10 when it comes to coding, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, break things, but like be a little bit careful when you're going into system directories and things like that. Right? Which is why I was freaking out, because I've made that mistake before and I've gone down a really terrible path. Anyways, I think that is everything. I'm gonna end this video now, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.